Merry Crummer, bitches. How y'all doing? Nicholas Brown coming at you one more time early in the morning before I push myself to go to bed. It's Crummer morning, early Crummer morning. It's still dark out. And today I sort of learned a lesson in in terms of blocking one's blessings. And I learned it from two examples. And it's kind of deep. You know. And I think I might add it into the part 2 of I think I did add it, something about blocking one's blessings inside of the baller manual. So you want to be a baller, comprehensive guide to go from broke on the bus to balling in the Benz. You can go ahead and get that online right now, along with the dancing manuals that are selling, and also VIP confessions and other works that I have at DeHootyWritingandPublishing.com. www.DeHootyWritingandPublishing.com. Information in the box, in the information box describing this episode, descriptions box, excuse me. But yeah, like I was saying, two sources, two different examples, really, right? First example is going to be on how one blocks their blessings. The picture that I'm using as the thumbnail is IG model. Not going to say her name, but she's kind of been seen some of everywhere so far. She has over 500,000 followers. I think she's in the 600,000, climbing up to 700,000 range. And the woman has a body to die for. I mean, it's kind of hard not to pay attention to her. But for the most part, strip back all the layers, most of that is fake. She has what they call a build-a-bitch body. You know, half of these Instagram, quote-unquote Instagram models, they have that build-a-bitch body, right? They were either average-looking, had, extra fat around the stomach, extra fat along their back, behind their arms. Some of them, they had nice little backfields in motion, nice little booty on them, but not as curvaceous, not as protruding, not as rotund, not as circular in shape as they do now. And some of them, they just were average back there. Hell, some of them flat as a board. But they had enough pudge in the front, more gut than butt. So they got their money up, had plastic surgery. Some of them, I would say, did it the right way. Hell, the right way really would just be to work out and appreciate your body and love it for what it is, because somebody's going to love you for you regardless, right? Because it takes more than a big body. I mean, there's a few women who I've met, great bodies. I'm talking about Coke bottle shape. Some of them just exquisite that I've met, that I've been set up on blind dates and stuff like that. Fine as they want to be, but the thing is, the vibe wasn't right. And I can't force nothing if the vibe ain't right. Some friends like, yo, you ain't trying to smash, you ain't trying to, man, she fine as hell. But the thing is, if we ain't clicking, I ain't sticking, you know what I mean? Straight up and down. I mean, I put myself in certain situations where I still try to power through when she was attracted to me, but, then I had what I called, just a concentration fuck. A concentration fuck to me is when you're not attracted, but you're doing it because the opportunity's there. So you're thinking about other women while you're doing it just to keep your dick hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you ain't gonna come worth a damn. So you might as well not put yourself in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't feeling the broad, just be brave enough to back up. You know what I'm saying? And if she wants to be immature, to be like, I think he gay and da-da-da-da-da. Nah, let her say what you want. If you ain't feeling shouted, then don't force it. Anyway, we stop digressing. bottom line, right? Some, they go ahead and go to the surgeries. They get the surgery done the right way, if you want to call it that. And they'll remove the fat from their body and shift it to their butt. And get a boob job and lift the boobs or get implants or whatever. Jump from a size 36B, B as in boy, jump from a size 36B cup all the way to a, 36D cup or double D cup, suck out all the fat, shift it to their behinds and hips or whatever, and then they might hit the gym for a good 3, 4, 5 months or whatever to tone it up a little bit, make it look like they're doing something, even though some of them, they continue the unhealthy lifestyle that led to them having more gut than butt to begin with. And then they got to go back and do another surgery or whatever because they around here eating ribs and pizzas and hot wings and not drinking a lot of water and just figure they can always get their stomach snatched. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's how half of them got to where they at. And then they end up, because they look good or whatever, they're appealing to the eye. A lot of people like, share, follow, pay attention to them. Well, the one chick who I'm talking about, right? The one who's in the thumbnail for this video, right? From what I understand, from what I've heard, from what's been alleged, what's been reported so far from other sources, is that when she first started off, she wasn't that attractive. She had some followers because she had a nice little booty on her, but not the kind of shape that she is now. Some dude saw her and saw that she had potential because she was able to get up a little over 60,000 followers by herself. So he was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna put a little money behind this. I'm gonna see where this goes. So he paid to get her surgeries done, sucked the fat out of her gut, shifted to her butt, breast implants, got her a good makeup artist, got her hair done, eyes, everything done, right? She fancy now. He even looked out for her and got her clothes, purses, shoes to make her look less hood radish. Now she ghetto fabulous, right? People paying attention to her on the gram. Over a 2-year span, she jumps from 60,000 followers to where she is now because of this guy. Now, in the course of her getting famous, her getting more popular on the gram, right? This guy was able to secure her different modeling gigs, her posing in different clothes and getting a check for that. Her being in different videos and such, getting a check for that. He put in work. And it was paying off. But then she wanted to try to distance herself from him, trying to tarnish this man's reputation and making him look bad. And the guy's exposing her for what she is, right? That's sort of the rundown of the story, right? Now, she's wrong on this part. This dude went out of his way to try to make sure that she blew up bigger than what she is now. You see what I'm saying? She's gonna block her blessings, because if she's willing to act like this towards somebody who looked out for her, and it's cataloged and it's being said that he helped make her famous with his tips, his investment, that's gonna make her look bad, because you're willing to bite the hand that feeds you. Ain't nobody gonna be willing to work with somebody that's unhinged, that's shiesty, that's of a lower thinking mentality. See, the mind frame that she's using is like that of how could I put this? Like that of a woman who's a bit on I'm trying not to be disrespectful, but let's just say she's a woman of loose morals, a woman of the night, if you will. She thinks more like a woman of the night. That's sort of her mind frame. And that's how she's trying to make it seem like the guy is. Like he was paying her to be his girlfriend, in a way. Trying to make it seem like his emotions and his lust for her is what turned her off from him, when it appears to be further from the truth, from what's being reported. Okay. Because of this, other people are going to look at this and be like, I kind of don't want to, deal with that. She might be a problem, right? If she hadn't pulled this stunt, hell, maybe even just parted ways after breaking bread and just linked up with a bigger firm, then it would be understandable, because then it'd be like, okay, he made his investment, he got a return on his investment, he looked out for her, she say nice words about him, like, hey, he did look out for me, this, that, and the third, I thank him. Now people want to work with him. People see that she giving him his props, so they're going to work with her, and it's a fair exchange. Then she can come up. Yeah, she might have switched management to people who can get her into bigger circles. Probably got to break a bit more bread with those people, but hey, at least the bread that you're going to be getting, the bags you're going to be getting is going to be 10 to 20 to 50 times more. All because you spoke well of another person. See what I'm saying? Instead of coming in with the mind frame of that of a woman of the night. A lowly woman of the night at that. Because there are some women of the night who do have some level of intelligence that would not have pulled this stunt if they were in this sort of position. Now, where this guy messed up at, right? From what I understand, from what's been reported, what's been alleged, whenever she went out to do a commercial, an advertisement or something of what he set up, right? She would tell the people that she was going to do the promotion for that, no, yeah, I know you spoke with him, but no, you deal with me direct from here on. By her telling those people that, like, he'll go out, make the connection, they'll call her, and then she'll tell them that message. Don't deal with him, deal with me from here on. By them doing that, whenever they cut the check for the promotion, because they're dealing with her direct, the money will go to her. Him as the manager, the one who discovered her, the one who's put money behind her, the one who made the investment, she would try to cut him out. And because of that, he ended up getting screwed. But here's where he was smart at. He made her sign an agreement, from what I understand, from what's been reported, from what's been alleged. He made her sign an agreement. A management deal is what went down, is what it looks like this is. If a management deal has been signed, that means whatever amount that was negotiated, 10, 15, 20% per each gig, per each job, he's supposed to get a cut from, especially if he was the one that went out and found these gigs, these jobs, these connections for her. See what I'm saying? See, what he should have did was say, hit up those people and be like, hey, here's my talent, this, that, and the third. When we meet up face to face, that's when, or when we meet up in a three-way conversation, that's when we'll all meet and we will go over the terms of the agreement and how much money is allocated to who once the job is completed. That's what he should have did. He should have stayed on top of the situation. See, with management, when you're dealing with talent, right? You go out and you book the shows, you book the showcases, right? You do the best you can to supply the talent what they need in terms of performing. Being that she was considered a quote unquote model, her job is to promote items, make them look good, have people look at her page, which was her platform, her Instagram page, have them look at it, be like, wow, that looks cute. I might want to buy that because she looks good in that. And I think I would look good in that as well. Boom. Fair exchange, no problems. Usually with management, like with music artists and stuff like that, they meet up with the venues that the artist is going to perform at. They talk to the promoters of said venues or the booking agents of with said venues or what have you, right? They talk. Where's the money? Okay, here it is. We'll count it out. They'll count it out. See that everything's good. All right, I'll take my cut here. This is for the artist. I'll keep an eye on it, or we'll have our security, who the management has with them, to secure the bag, make sure that the money is good. Okay, as soon as the show's over with, they leave with the money. Everybody shake hands. All right, thank you. Stay blessed. Boom. We'll do business next time. That's how you're supposed to do it. The management makes sure that the money is there. They make sure they get their cut right then and there. They make sure that whoever is involved gets their cut right then and there. Everything is hashed out in front of their faces. If the money isn't put up front, or at least half the money up front, and the rest that's supposed to come afterwards, you're supposed to see all that. You're supposed to get a direct deposit of some kind. You see what I'm saying? To whatever entity. You see what I'm saying? Like, if she had set up a LLC, right? Okay. The manager goes and finds the gig. Okay, boom. The gig, they send a direct deposit, down payment. Boom. Before she takes a picture in anything, before anything's sent to her to pose in and stuff like that, manager's supposed to be like, okay, the money got sent to your LLC. I got in contact with those people, this, that, and the third. All right, cool. Where's my cut? Where's my cut? Oh, you don't want to give me my cut? Hey, cancel the order. I was doing this, set everything up. I'm her manager. Fax them the paperwork. Show them you're her manager. Show them that this is true. Show them that she signed under you, right? Now they got a question. Okay, are you really signed under him? Because he has paperwork, he has receipts. We don't want any problems. We don't want to be sued by this guy. I mean, this guy even has a legal team. Hell, even he send your lawyer. If it's true that this dude had a lawyer, have the lawyer send it to the management, to the gig. Have his lawyer send to that gig, hey, this is his client. You got to give us a cut as well, or remind her that we're being paid too because I set this up. See what I'm saying? Now the gig has to think like, dang, should we even deal with this? You got to twist her arm. Let her know that, hey, there's an agreement here. I mean, sadly, you're not supposed to go through all this, to be honest with you. The talent's supposed to be appreciative that, hey, this person's out here working for me. I'll give them the 10-15% because, hell, they looking out for me. Shit, my numbers have grown because of this person. You know what I'm saying? This person took money out of their pocket to Cinderella my life the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here mingling with ballers and shot callers now because of this person. Shit, I gotta be grateful. I gotta be appreciative. But no, this IG model decides to block her blessings. She decides to do this by being greedy, selfish, one-track minded, close-minded, illogical. Blocked her blessings. So now, everything's going to come out now, slowly but surely. It might be the downfall of this person. She might lose a lot of followers because of this debacle. Some people still might rock with her, but for the most part, People gonna look at her with a side eye, like, I can't. I mean, you still fine, I'll smash, but I ain't gonna take what you say seriously. I'll take what you say with a grain of salt, shouty. Hell, some of these brands, they might look at her and be like, we can't work with you. We can't work with you. Because it's like we're co-signing treachery in a way. You know what I mean? We're co-signing trifling. And we're not trying to be seen as trifling out here in these streets. I mean, you could be a hoe all day, but you can't be a trifling hoe. You know what I mean? That's how some of these companies are going to view you. Straight up and down. And the guy who looked out for her, I'm telling you, because he did this, people are going to be like, wait, hold up. You're the one that did that? For her? Man, shoot, let me holler at you, bruh. You know what? I'll break bread with you, man. You deserve it. Shoot, hook me up. You know what I'm saying? The smarter people are going to see this. They're going to hear about this and they're going to want to work with him. They're going to want to look out for this man. They're going to be like, hey, I think I have the tools. And I'm telling you, for every one of her on IG, dude, it's like, I swear, it's like every day I run into it like one or two new IG chicks that are just as bad as Shouty. You know what I mean? Some of them not as bad, but if they fine-tune themselves, hit the gym, workout, ate right, tighten themselves up, they'll be on par with Shouty, if not better, because at least it ain't no builder body. You know what I mean? Ain't no builder bitch body. It's really their body. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So guess what? People are going to come to this person, to that individual. They're going to seek his help. They're going to seek his guidance. And guess what? He's going to quarterback their situation. He's going to take them from ashy to classy. He's going to make them bigger and better. Hell, he might even start his own agency. And guess what? He's going to prosper in the next 2 to 5 years. If he takes this moment in time, this setback in a way, and turns it into triumph, he's going to be balling in the next 2 to 5 years. Straight up. Running his own little agency. Hell, might even have his own magazine or something popping in the future. You know what I mean? But bottom line, he's going to set himself up properly. While her, I don't know, she might end up some dope boy's girlfriend or some shit, but for the most part, it's not looking good on her part. You know what I mean? But bottom line, if you're going to manage talent, make sure that you're there in the room. Make sure you're getting your cut first. Okay? You quarterback the situation. You're the one that set up the deal, so you got to quarterback the situation. You got to keep your eye on the ball at all times. And then once everything's secure, you get your cut, they get their cut, everybody's happy, cool. But until then, you keep your eye on everything. So that's one thing I do give props on with that guy. He made sure that she signed a management deal, a management agreement. So I can give him props on that. Not collecting the money, that's where he was lazy. But bottom line, let that be a lesson to everybody out there that's thinking about managing talent. Now, the second lesson that I learned. I saw a movie today. Even though this is fictional, I saw a movie today. And this can happen in real life. That's why I'm bringing this up. The movie is, I think it's called The Broadcast or something like that, right? Hold up. It's came out in like 1987. It's about like the news from how it was back in the day. It even was nominated for some awards because of how accurate they portrayed like the evening news and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. The movie is called. Okay, hold on. The movie is called. Like, all right, hold up. I think it's called Broadcast News or something. Hold up. Yeah, Broadcast News. It's starring a few actors that you probably seen or whatever. Like you haven't seen them in a minute, but you know they've been around. Jack Nicholson was in the movie. He had a small role. Joan Cusack, Robert Prowse, Lois Childs, Who else? There's a few people. Holly Hunter, Albert Brooks, William Hurt. You know, a bunch of old schoolers now, but you know, back then they were a bit younger than what they were now. You know what I'm saying? Sort of the in crowd in terms of Hollywood or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And in that movie, right, the premise of the movie is about the story is about three news anchors, right? One is tall, handsome dude. He's supposedly not that bright, but he realizes that he has a handicap. He's smart enough to recognize that he does need work, and he's willing to put in work, even though he's not as bright as everybody else. With the help of Holly Hunter's character, she's bright, smart as hell, right? Holly Hunter's character, she's helping him become a better newscaster. They give him an earpiece, and she pretty much tells him what to say or whatever. She'll give him some information about they'll be interviewing somebody, right? And to help him stay on topic, she'll give some facts over the earpiece, and then he'll spit out what she said. You see what I'm saying? So now he's seen as somebody that's intelligent because of her help. You know what I mean? And like I said, he seems out of it, like out of his element. He's sort of insecure about that because he knows that everybody's pretty much brighter than him. But he looks good on camera. He's tall, he's handsome, he's relatable. People like him. He has a great personality. He's not afraid to be human on camera. So you take his personality, his looks, his charm, right? And then you have intelligent people working around him, doing the writing for him, taking notes and prepping him for the stories. Now they have a good combination. They have a good team going, right? Now, there's a situation in the movie where one of the main anchors is out of town for the holidays, and they're having some kind of holiday event, some kind of get together or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the lead anchor is out of town on vacation. So they call in the handsome guy, the newer handsome guy, because, you know, people like him. So they was like, hey, we're going to make you weekend anchor, right? To handle this story. One of the three reporters is a guy. So it's a woman played by Holly Hunter, the tall, handsome guy, and then the other guy played by, I think, Albert Brooks, if I'm not mistaken, right? Hold on, let me go back and double check. I think, yeah, he's played by... Alright, I'm going back and I'm double checking. You always gotta double check. Yeah, he's played by Albert Brooks, right? The third guy. See, he's one of the brighter reporters or whatever. So he thinking that, okay, this could be my shot, this could be my chance, this, that, and the third. But he gets bypassed by the guy that isn't so bright, who just came in the business a few months ago and pretty much got hired because he was a handsome face. The Albert Brooks, his character, you know, been in the game for years or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He's mad, he's upset. So he goes home, he's upset, he's drinking or whatever, you know, drinking beer, trying to console himself, lick his wounds a little bit, right? And the handsome guy, he goes on the air while Holly Hunter, her character, is coaching him through the earpiece, everything what to say, you know what I'm saying? And Albert Brooks' character, you know, the guy who they had to interview, the story, Albert Brooks' character was there a few years earlier than that. So he knows how one of the people who they were talking about, he knows how that person is. And his information from being in that area, his background, would have helped tremendously in the story that the handsome guy had to cover. You see what I'm saying? Now, he could have been like, I'm going to keep this information to myself. Fuck him. I can't believe they tried me. He could have did that. But guess what? guess what? He chose not to block his blessing. He called up the station and be like, hey, such and such does this, such and such does that. This is what happened. This is what happened. He can use that in this part of the story. You can segue into this, what I just told you. Holly Hunter's character, like, thank you for being a team player. Good looking out. Boom. Right? Okay, fast forward. They're talking about letting people go, cutting people, right? Albert Brooks' character was one of the people that's considered, to be laid off, on the being laid off list. But because he has seniority and people know his face in the game, he's been in the business for a while. So the president or whoever of the station, right, the manager of the station says, hey man, whatever job offers that you might get in the future that were being presented to you in the past, you might want to look into those and abandon ship or whatever, because we have to let people go, this, that, and the third. It's like, oh man, hey, but before I go out, can I at least be a weekend anchor just one time, please? That way I can have a good tape. People can see me, they can see that, all right, I can actually do the job. And people know that I'm intelligent. People know that I'm smart. People know that I'm a good researcher, that I'm a good writer. People know that I'm great at research, and I can double check the facts, triple check the facts before if it comes out of my mouth, people know me, period. My credit is good out here in these news streets. You feel me? But if he can stick the landing in terms of being an anchor, showing that he's good in front of a camera, that makes it even better. Because he looked out for the more handsome guy, or whatever, the guy that isn't so bright. You know what he did? The guy that isn't so bright? He met up with Albert Brooks' character and be like, hey, let me give you pointers on how to be good at being an anchor in front of the camera. Albert Brooks' character, he had to learn how to fix his coat a certain way, and which side was his good side, and how to look directly into the camera, try not to, look like you're reading while you're reporting the news. It makes you look shifty. The not so bright guy, he's breaking down how to look good. Yeah, he might not know all the facts and all that in terms of what he's reporting, unless he did the research or have other people help him do the research. But at least he knew one thing: how to look good on camera. And he gave Albert Brooks those pointers because Albert Brooks' character was willing to look out for him, even though he could have been a hater, even though he got shoved to the side or whatever. He could have been a hater, but nah, he looked out. And just like that, boom. Now, in moments like that, you know what I mean? Like I said, this is a movie. But still, in real life, stuff like that does happen. Like, you might have been tried somehow, or some kind of mishap happened, but you sucked in your pride. You pushed it to the side, and you looked out, right? And then next thing you know, your blessing comes in disguise, Mike. Down the line, your blessing. People never forget when you were good to them when they were down. If they're good people, if they're a good person. Not like that IG model or whatever. But if they're a good person, they won't forget who helped them. And when they get to where they need to be, they're going to turn around and look out for you. Like, hey, that guy used to work with me back in the day. He's good at what he does. Bring him up. Yeah, don't bring him up as a writer. Bring him up as a producer. Nah, don't bring him up as a writer. Bring him up as a co-producer, as a co-anchor, because he also knows how to work the chair too, or at least put him on the weekends to get him started. You see what I'm saying? You look out for somebody that's good-hearted, that respects when somebody looked out for them. They're gonna look out for you. Even if you ain't want it, even if you ain't expect it, if they're a good person, opportunity comes, there's a strong chance they're going to look out for you. And that's how you don't block your blessings. Because things come around. 1 minute you're down, the world's beating you up. Next minute, you come up. You make moves. You make good on certain things. You're making good on your goals that you've set. And those who looked out for you, if they're in a tough spot, you remember how that person looked out for you. So you're like, you know what? Here, man. I remember when I was down and I ain't had shit and you were there. All right, here, man. Good looking out, fam. Thanks, fam. One love, fam. Got nothing but love for you, baby. Thank you, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's the lesson for tonight, this morning. You know, that's my Christmas gift to y'all. No, you know what? Fuck Christmas. I ain't with all that. That's my early Kwanzaa gift to y'all. my Kwanzaa Eve gift to everybody. All right. Gonna head up out of here. Get me some rest. All right. Y'all stay blessed, man. If y'all have any questions or any topic ideas that you want me to discuss, just email me at DKE305. That's D as in dog, K as in kitchen, E as in electric, 305, DKE305 at gmail.com. Or you can message me on this Anchor app. If you're seeing anything of mine at my Damn Your Logic Instagram page, you can DM me any questions or concerns, and I'll be glad to put something together for you, baby. I got you. You can also hit me up on Twitter at King Nick Anthony on Twitter. I check my Twitter from time to time. Don't forget to check out my books and my works at www.thehoodiewritingandpublishing.com. Just go into the bookstore, look at the free sample videos of my readings and writings and poetry and such, and enjoy that. And yeah, man, y'all stay blessed, okay? Enjoy your holidays and be safe. Peace.